From Nebraska's trusted news source, this is Channel 8 Eyewitness News at 5.
Coming up tonight, a 5-alarm fire at Grand Island's biggest employer.
Plus, the Huskers look ahead to an iconic game.
But first tonight, another Nebraskan enters the race for governor. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. A Democrat is throwing her hat in the ring, running for state governor.
She says it's time to bring Nebraskans together, and Channel 8's Jael Pembroke joins us now with more on this story. Jael?
When Senator Carol Blood was asked why she was running for governor, she said she wants to be the adult in the room.
I would be honored to be your next Nebraska governor, and that today I am launching my campaign.
Senator Carol Blood of Bellevue is the first Democrat to join the 2022 Nebraska governor race, announcing her run on the steps of the Capitol on Monday. Supporters chanted time for new blood as the senator claimed there was too much division in the unicameral. She told me Nebraskans are ready for true representation.
When we come together and we work together in a collaborative fashion, we get so much more done in Nebraska. And a lot of Nebraskans are sick and tired of how divided we've become, not only as a country, but as a state as well. And quite frankly, when we have elected officials that are contributing to that narrative, it's really quite disappointing for those of us that were born and raised in Nebraska.
She says what caused her to run is seeing an elected person's conflicting message.
The final straw was when a peer of mine did a press release and said that he was going to fight against the liberal woke. And knowing that he confused two different terms in one sentence, and that it was clear that everybody was playing on the same playbook.
Blood said there are 4 pillars to her campaign: prosperity for all Nebraskans, maintaining public safety and improving public health, investing in Nebraska's infrastructure, and encouraging education. A supporter from Hastings said Blood will care for people and that Western Nebraskans will push for her to take office for better representation of Nebraskans as a whole.
She will take care of the kids in foster care. She will get all kids equal education. What won't she do? This is just the year. We're going to do it. We out west, past Lincoln and Omaha, we are going to work so hard for her that it's going to happen.
Nebraskans will vote for the next governor in November of next year.
All right, thank you so much, Jael. And there are already a number of Republican candidates who are running for governor.
Yes, they include businessman Charles Herbster and Michael Connolly. Also, there's State Senator Brett Lindstrom and University of Nebraska Regent Jim Pillen. Former Governor Dave Heineman is still deciding whether he'll run again.
It is time once again to check in on your first forecast. Meteorologist Malcolm Byron in for John tonight. And how's your Monday going, my friend?
It's going pretty well. You know, I prefer to stay inside when it's really hot outside. Saturday we were warm, yesterday we were cool, today we're warm again, tomorrow we're going to be cool again. So we're just playing this temperature seesaw game. We had a little bit of sunshine earlier today, now starting to see the cloud cover roll back in. A milky sunshine over southeast Nebraska. We're seeing southerly winds. We had a warm front lift through the area this morning. The southerly winds are transporting warm air out of the south. And when you compare temperatures to this time 24 hours ago, just about 14 degrees warmer in Lincoln. Now, not everywhere is quite as warm, because in the northern part of the state that warm front didn't lift through that area and temperatures are still rather cool in the northern part of the state. At least in the southeast part of the state, many spots have reached 90 degrees. We're at 90 in Lincoln, 91 in Hebron. We're at 89 degrees in Beatrice, 90 degrees in Hastings, but a little bit cooler off towards the north. Grand Island sitting at 79 degrees, 82 in Columbus. Again, we have some cloud cover streaming in off from the west. There is a very, very small chance that we'll see a stray shower this evening, but most should remain dry. It looks like most of the rain should remain in the northern part of the area, but we'll hang on to some clouds. Temperatures dropping into the low 80s by 8 o'clock and into the 70s by 10 o'clock. And now tomorrow, I think we have a slightly better chance for rain. We're going to outline the details of that and look at Stormcast coming up in just a couple minutes.
All right, thank you very much, Malcolm. A fire impacting Grand Island's largest employer is finally put out.
Crews battled a 5-alarm fire at the JBS meat plant in Grand Island. They say part of the roof caught fire last night, which made it hard to get the blaze completely out. On top of that, part of the roof collapsed, creating challenges.
I had a friend call me. He said he heard an explosion. He told me to turn my police scanner on, and I turned my police scanner on, and they said there was a fire out at JBS. So I got my clothes on, came over here, and was going to check it out. And yeah, it was smoking. I could see the smoke all the way from Stolly Park.
Officials say there are no reports of any injuries, which is good news. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. JBS says it does plan to restart operations tomorrow. In national news now, Texans are preparing ahead of Tropical Storm Nicholas.
Locals are thankful this storm doesn't look to be as severe as ones in the past, but they still spent the morning doing what they can to protect their homes and businesses.
My feeling is if you get prepared, it'll go away.
Ollie and Scott Hansen own an antique shop and a woodworking business near the Strand. They say they aren't as worried about Tropical Storm Nicholas in comparison to previous storms, but they're still not taking any chances.
We never planned on Ike, and we had this much water in our shop. So we've learned the hard way.
Just a few blocks away,
The most it's come up since Ike has been to the second stair, right to here. It's gotten this far.
Tom Schwenk, owner of Tom's Galveston Real Estate, says later today he'll be putting out sandbags and a board at the front door.
You never know what's going to happen. Sometimes thankfully we've been blessed and been missed, but other times we've had it. But we're an island. You learn to persevere.
Even before the sun came up, crews were out on the beach hauling a lifeguard shack out of the way as locals walked the seawall to check out the storm brewing in the Gulf.
Yeah, checking out the surf. About to go maybe catch some waves this morning. First, I'm going to get some tacos.
Even longtime locals like Brian Shoemade, who have been through countless storms, acknowledge the power of Mother Nature.
Stay inside. Stay inside. Yeah. Not everybody can be a stormtrooper, you know what I mean?
Now, Tropical Storm Nicholas is expected to touch land today into tomorrow with heavy rains and flooding in parts of Texas and Louisiana.
And this is only 2 weeks after Hurricane Ida, where Lincoln Electric System employees just returned from helping in Louisiana.
This was my first hurricane storm. So for me, it was quite the experience. Actually getting to go on site and seeing it in person versus just seeing it on TV is totally different. You really see the impact and how people are affected.
After over 2 weeks down in Louisiana, restoring power to over 1 million residents, the LES team arrived back home safely today. They said there was a lot of destruction down south and there's still a lot of work that needs to be done, but they were happy to help in any way they could. To sports now, following Saturday's game against Buffalo, Husker football is heading into this weekend with a winning record.
But the Huskers sure have a challenge ahead of them on the road, and sports anchor Kelsey Casper joins us now with more. Kelsey, quite a bit of history with this one.
Yeah, definitely, Rod. After 11 years of not playing each other, Nebraska and Oklahoma are bringing their rivalry back to life as the Huskers face off against the number 3 Sooners this Saturday in Norman, as this marks the 50th anniversary of the game of the century, when way back when in 1971, number 1 Nebraska beat number 2 Oklahoma, solidifying these two teams as one of the best rivalries in college football.
This was my favorite game of the year growing up, my entire life. Just like every Nebraska fan, I think. And I was lucky enough to play in 2 of them. One of them was Coach Osborne's 250th victory. One of the best rivalries in sports. It's kind of a shame it went away, but it's going to be special to be a part of it in a different way.
It means a tremendous amount to the fans and to us as players to be a part of this rivalry. It's the stuff I grew up wanting to be a part of. Simple as that. I'm from California, and I knew about the Oklahoma-Nebraska rivalry. It's big, and I'm really excited to be finally be a part of it.
Big game, and that game kicks off on Saturday at 11 a.m. on Fox. I'll have more details coming up tonight at 6.
Sounds good. All right. Thank you so much, Kelsey. And coming up next here on Channel 8 News, the FDA is working to make the COVID vaccine available to young children.
We'll tell you more about it when we get back.
Circulate the air in your home with an attractive new fan from Menards. Check out our wide selection of Hunter ceiling fans with sizes available for any room. These fans provide comfort and save energy year-round. Give your home a rustic look with new barn doors from Colonial Elegance. With over 20
Millions of students are now back in school, some for the first time since the pandemic started over a year ago.
And the mask and vaccination debates are still going strong as federal and local mask mandates are back in place. ABC's Rena Roy has the latest.
As American children head back into classrooms, some bumps in the road just weeks into the school year. Texas reporting more than 73,000 COVID-19 cases amongst public school students since school began last month. Still, the state's suing some districts for implementing mask mandates.
I'm not sure why people are so adamant for children to get sick, because that's essentially the situation that we're putting them in. Especially for children who are under the age of 12, they have absolutely no protection.
Some in Florida speaking out against mask and vaccine requirements.
No one should tell you what to put in your body. I choose what goes in my body.
One South Carolina district has stopped contact tracing and quarantining for students and staff, even as pediatric cases surge. The Department of Health and Human Services says more than 2,500 children are currently hospitalized with COVID-19 nationwide.
It's never been this crazy, never been this busy. It's exhausting all of us. And our biggest concern, of course, is that sick kids aren't getting the care they need.
President Biden now mandating businesses with more than 100 employees to require proof of vaccination or offer weekly COVID testing.
I think it'll push a lot of people forward. The experience so far has been that these vaccine mandates really do work. They get people off the fence and get vaccinated.
For those younger than 12 and not eligible for COVID shots yet, the FDA is urging parents not to get them vaccinated ahead of FDA approval, saying children are not small adults and may require different dosing. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Now, your Storm Alert Team forecast with meteorologist Malcolm Byron.
Well, let's cut right to the chase and keep this in the back of your mind when we're talking about potential rain chances. They're only small over the next 2 days, pretty much today and tomorrow. And then as we head towards midweek and even towards the end of the week, we're not forecasting rain at this particular point in time right now. Here's a look over our Allo Communications camera. We're looking at mostly sunny conditions, at least looking north, but I think we're going to start to see some clouds start to filter in back into the area, and we'll start to see more partly to mostly cloudy skies for the remainder of the evening. We can see clouds on satellite imagery right now across southeast Nebraska. Not a straight overcast sky, so there are some breaks here and there, so I think we will see hints of blue every now and again, but there's more cloud cover off towards the west. Here's that partly to mostly cloudy landscape that we're going to be looking at. There are some showers off to the north in northern Nebraska, and this is where we thought they would be yesterday, and I won't rule out the potential to see a couple of more storms develop off towards the south throughout the next couple of hours. This is the region I'm watching, right around the Tri-City. Towards 6 or 7 o'clock, we may or may not see something pop up. It just depends on how strong this boundary is right here. See these southerly winds crashing into these northerly winds or converging into each other right in this area. This is where I think we may see a storm fire up, and if it does, it may be on the stronger side, but don't hold your head on that. Most of us should be dry for the rest of this evening. Now, a lot of computer model guidance has taken rain out of the forecast as this front tries to slide through Lincoln for the evening hours. I won't rule out a stray shower for this evening, as I think this front may just be strong enough to pop one little shower, but you're probably not going to get any substantial rainfall if you find yourself under that. Bottom line, most of us are going to be dry for this evening. Now, as you head towards tomorrow morning, however, we're going to be watching some rain off towards the south. May try to crop up into some of our southern counties. The key here is the farther south you are tomorrow morning, the better chance you have to see rain. But that's not it. We do have the chance to see some more scattered showers later on in the afternoon and evening. We'll see some of those approach southeast Nebraska towards the early evening hours, and it could stick with us throughout the evening, perhaps getting in towards the overnight hours as well before it starts to kick off towards the south. And we have northerly winds behind here that'll keep temperatures cool into our Wednesday. Now, as far as how much rainfall we could see out of this, not much. If you are lucky enough to see rainfall, maybe a couple hundredths of rain, I've seen some computer model guidance suggesting up around a quarter inch of rain, and that is the higher end of things. You are lucky if you get a quarter inch of rainfall. Many spots not seeing any rain at all. You see zero per this particular run of stormcast for Lincoln Airport. Now, as far as temperatures across the area, we got warm today. Southerly winds allowed temperatures to get in the upper upper 80s to around 90. But you look in other parts of the state, and we see cooler temperatures. The southerly winds were not enough to transport warm air up into these regions. 70 the temperature up in O'Neill right now, 82 in Broken Bow, even 79 degrees in Grand Island. So the farther south you are today, the warmer you are. But as you go into tomorrow, northerly winds will approach once again. We're looking at 76 for a high, gradually rising back up into the upper 80s by the time we get towards the end of the week. For tonight, 63 degrees, some clouds hanging around, maybe a morning shower, the better chance farther south. For tomorrow, again, chance for a scattered storm, 76 degrees, so significantly cooler tomorrow with some clouds hanging around, and the winds will shift out of the north once again. We're sort of playing this temperature seesaw into tomorrow as well. Here's a look at your 10-day forecast. Drying out by Wednesday, 81 degrees, but warming up, feeling like summer once again. Thursday and into Friday, humid conditions. It's warm, 89 degrees. Maybe an isolated storm on Friday, but mostly dry, 87 degrees. Dry heading in towards the weekend. A disturbance will approach sometime next week, and then it should kick out of here for the start of astronomical fall by next Wednesday.
All right, thank you, Malcolm. The Senate is back in session today, and Democrats are trying to get on the same page with President Biden's agenda.
In the 50-50 Senate, and with Republican support unlikely, all Democrats must be on board to pass Biden's $3.5 trillion budget proposal.
But I happen to think that the needs of the human beings of our country, working families, the children, the elderly, the poor, are even more important.
The budget includes funding for universal pre-K, expanded Medicare coverage, and renewable energy. A draft of the budget bill is expected to be finished by the end of this week.
The next stop is dealing with the ability to pass the rest of my Build Back Better agenda. Once-in-a-generation investments in our people.
Some senators want the House to first approve the $1 trillion infrastructure bill that focuses on roads, bridges, and the internet. But progressive Democrats want both bills passed together. Democrats are proposing an increase in taxes on the wealthiest Americans and big corporations to help pay for the ambitious bill. President Biden also went on his first official trip to the West Coast today.
He saw the physical, human, and economic costs by the Northern California fires firsthand. This visit comes after he surveyed Hurricane Ida damage last week, declaring the climate crisis as code red.
Well, you know, the reality is we have a global warming problem, a serious global warming problem, and it's consequential. And what's going to happen is things aren't going to go back to what they were. It's not like you can build back to what it was before. It's not going to get any better than it is today. It only can get worse, not better.
Biden also pushed his infrastructure proposal during the briefing, saying the bill provides billions of dollars for wildfire preparations and resilience and response, along with money for forest management and public water sources. Well, to the nation's capital now, where a protest is planned for Saturday.
It's in support of those who were arrested from the January 6th insurrection. So fencing is going back up around the Capitol building. ABC's Elizabeth Schulze is in Washington with the latest.
The U.S. Capitol is once again on high alert ahead of a rally planned in support of those arrested in connection with the January 6th attack. The Capitol Police Chief briefing leaders of the House and Senate about security measures, including reinstalling the fence around the Capitol grounds.
The fence will go up a day or two before, and if everything goes well, it'll come down very soon after.
The Justice for J6 rally planned for this Saturday is expected to draw crowds protesting the arrests of the more than 600 people charged in the January 6th riots. 5 people eventually died, including Capitol Police Officer Brian Sicknick. Congressman Adam Kinzinger, who's one of 2 Republicans serving on a committee investigating January 6th, tells CBS's Face the Nation he's confident law enforcement will protect the Capitol.
This is why it's important that we as Republicans, frankly, and as Americans stand up and say we shouldn't be at this point where we are truly worried for the seat of government every few months when there's a protest.
But officials are sounding the alarm about the ongoing threat of domestic extremism, a worry echoed by former President George W. Bush in a speech on the 20th anniversary of September 11th.
There is little cultural overlap between violent extremists abroad and violent extremists at home. They are children of the same foul spirit. and it is our continuing duty to confront them.
U.S. Capitol Police said this morning they arrested a man near the Democratic National Headquarters who had multiple knives, a bayonet, and a machete. He allegedly had Nazi and swastika symbols on the vehicle and was talking about white supremacist ideology. Elizabeth Schulze, ABC News, Washington.
A split day on Wall Street, the Dow jumping 262 points, but NASDAQ falling just 10. Here are your numbers. You're watching Channel 8, Nebraska's trusted news source.
This week, the White House.
After veterinary experts corrected a rare condition.
Yeah, she had upside down paws. Take a look at this. This puppy in Oklahoma was born like that, and doctors gave her a new leash on life. Huh. Oh my goodness. By reorienting and stabilizing her front legs. The small rat terrier has since been on the road to recovery, and doctors say they couldn't be more pleased with her progress. Oh, here's the progress. This is what I want to see.
Oh.
So much better.
That's nice they could do that.
Mm-hmm. Want to leave you with a good story today.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, and you know, we also leave them with good feelings when we check in with Malcolm
when we
one
talk
more
to
time.
Malcolm.
You know, I when I heard upside down paws, I thought there was like the pads
Oh,
were like
yeah.
on the other side, but no, like they were literally upside down. All right. Well, anyways, let's get a check of your weather. A forecast for the rest of this evening, we're looking at partly to mostly cloudy skies. I don't think we're going to see a lot of rain. We won't rule out the potential for a stray shower in Lincoln, but most of the rain will be mainly north in northern Nebraska. We're looking at temperatures dropping to the 80s throughout the next several hours.
All right. Thanks, Malcolm, and thank you all for joining us.
World News is next. We'll see you back here at 6 o'clock.
With the Channel 8 Eyewitness News mobile app, you'll be the first to know. Get alerts about breaking news and weather, all in the palm of your hand.
Stop by Comfort Made Mattress Factory today and save up to $500 with our bigger bed, smaller price sales event. Locally owned Comfort Made Mattress Factory.
Closed captioning on Channel 8 Eyewitness News is brought to you by Christensen Hearing Analytics.
Hey, neighbor, I thought you got something to keep the leaves and debris out of your gutters. Oh no, you got them fancy smatchy surgical mesh filters on your gutters. With all this leaves and sap, where does the water go? Whoa! I found your problem. That's not Leafguard.
Leafguard was definitely a great investment for our home.
I love the fact my Leafguard gutters are low maintenance.
I give them a 10 all the way.
More than 1 million satisfied customers know that when it comes to gutter protection, you need a system that won't clog like those screens, mesh, and covers that go over your old gutters. You need Leafguard, the only patented one-piece seamless system that's clog-free, guaranteed. The hood's not a cover, it's part of the gutter, using the principle of liquid adhesion to draw rain in and keep leaves out. Look at Leafguard's exclusive big mouth with a larger opening and downspouts 50% bigger than the competition. Leafguard is always ready for the rainy days. In fact, Leafguard's been lab tested and has earned the Good Housekeeping seal 16 years in a row. And with our fascia wrap, you get added beauty and protection with a secure foundation to attach Leafguard. Plus, be sure you ask about Refer 8. Tell a friend about Leafguard, you get cash back. Tell enough friends, you get free gutters. And now it's more affordable than ever. Get Leafguard now and ask about interest-free financing till 2023. No monthly interest if paid in full within 18 months. Plus $99 installation for a limited time on a complete Leafguard system. You buy Leafguard from us, we install it for $99. Call right now during this program. You get a $50 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate and gutter inspection.